2023 Genesis Electrified Gv70 First Drive, Great Expectations. The launch of the Gv70 compact SUV a few seasons back marked a turning point for Genesis. The Korean luxury brand more or less doubled its overall sales in the year that followed the launch, an impressive jump even if that came from the starting point of a small lineup. Hopes are that the new electrified Gv70 will provide the same kind of boost, particularly for the brand's range of EVs. Right now that range features two models, the electrified G80 sedan and the Gv60 small crossover. In a nutshell, this new model is a Gv70, only electric. The dimensions are the same, the interior layout is the same, and the two SUVs are built on the same platform. Our focus then, with the first drive of the model we undertook in the Atlanta region, is on what new the all-electric powertrain brings to the Gv70 experience, as well as on how the electrified can expect to do coming in a segment that's getting more crowded every year. The exterior. The SUV features the same pleasing contours and proportions as its gas-fed counterpart, with some unique features. The reverse G-Matrix crest grille is distinct, featuring a hidden charge port on the driver's side. At the back we find a different rear bumper exclusive to the EV and a rear skid plate that's altered due to the absence of an exhaust pipe. The electrified Gv70 also gets unique wheel designs to beautify the Michelin primacy all seasons the vehicle comes out of the box wearing. One thing it does not have that's unique is badging, Genesis preferring to leave off advertising this as an EV. The company wants to convey that this is a luxury compact SUV that happens to be electric, and in any case as electrification proceeds we can expect the regular Gv70 to disappear eventually, along with the electrified tag affixed to this model. Strong points. Wonderful exterior contours. Attractive front, back ends. Weak points. SOSO visibility out the back. The interior. Just like outside, inside we're dealing with a space that's essentially the same as the ICE Gv70. And that's a pretty good thing, because the environment is airy and very quiet, the seating comfortable, the materials first class. Genesis has made sure this can be considered in the same breath as the German luxury models in the segment, put it that way. There's a new, unique interior color for the electrified, which is what you see in the images. Glacier white really does add a greater feeling of airiness to the cabin, and it's set off nicely by the matte black dashboard top. I do wonder about how difficult it will be to keep the seating, sides and everything else clean in the long run, but then, the typical buyers of this might not have rambunctious kids streaking the seatbacks with their boots, spilling drinks and donating smudgy fingerprints to the surfaces. Cargo space is fine for a compact SUV, plus there's a small storage space under the front hood so you can keep your charging cable out of the trunk. Strong points. Very refined. Comfortable, quiet environment. Quality of construction. Large, high-res infotainment screen. Weak points. Rotary knobs on console too close together. Back row floor not flat in an EV. The powertrain. The offering for the 2023 Genesis Electrified Gv70 is blessedly simple, typically for the brand, and so there's just one AWD trim on offer, and do just the one powertrain. It features two 160 kilowatts motors over front and back axles for a total of 320 kilowatts, with output set as 429 horsepower and 516 lb-ft, which are very solid numbers indeed for a compact SUV. Official range for Canada is given as 383 kilometers, about average for the segment, but it doesn't reset the bar or anything. In the event 429 horses isn't enough for you, know that the boost mode we saw in the Gv60 is here too. In 10-second bursts it cranks output to 483 horsepower and 526 lb-ft, and you can push that button as often as you like, as long as you don't mind draining your battery much more quickly. But if you can't help yourself and abuse the boost, know that you can return about 100 kilometers of charge to this EV in only 5 minutes, on a level 3 DC fast charger at least. To get from 10 to 80% charge, count on 18 minutes, says Genesis, on a typical level 2 home charge, that will take 7 hours. Charging capacity is 800 volts, meaning if you can find a super-fast 350 kilowatt station to plug it into, the GV70 can be recharged very quickly. Genesis did not provide actual numbers for recharging on those still rare stations, so we'll have to test that out ourselves when the occasion arises. The Electrified Gv70 is rated for towing up to 3,500 pounds. Safety intact. Easy to sum this up, everything you could think of is probably here. Of note, we have driver attention warning, lane following assist, advanced rear occupant alerts, remote parking assist, and the new standard highway driving assist 2, which now includes lane change assist function. In other words, the car can do more and more of the work if you want it to. The Electrified Gv70 has a vehicle-to-load function, meaning you can use the vehicle's battery to power other devices. Genesis connected services are all included standard. The drive. At the risk of repeating myself, the electric Gv70 drives pretty much like the gas-powered Gv70, with a few notable differences. 1. The ride is quieter, due to the absence of a gas engine and the inclusion of a new and improved sound insulation system. We rode on this day on those Michelin all seasons, so we may hear more from the road with winter tires on. We'll know more about that next winter. 2. The placement of the battery pack under the car changes the center of gravity slightly, and the vehicle is also heavier. In normal operation neither of these have much impact, but I do find that handling is slightly different when on winding roads, unless you're just out for a stroll. Genesis has given this electric version structure that's more rigid by 24%, and which contains more aluminum components to help minimize the weight gain.
Thanks for watching. Drop a like. Leave a comment. And don't forget to subscribe to watch more videos like this.